Yesterday at 4 p.m. you were found lying in the lawn after you jumped off the roof of this very building. After some research, we found that there is no record of your existence whatsoever for the last 2 years. So I have one question for you. What have you been doing for the last 2 years?
Well, this is gonna take a while. It's a long story. 2 years ago, I came to the archive seeking help with an assignment I got at school. We had to choose a person who has changed history or changed how people see the world. The staff spoke about Gotland's first trans man, Andreas Bruse, and I was surprised about how much information I could get about him. And apparently it's all because Sweden has the Freedom of Information Act that gives you the right to look at every non-classified paper. But the only problem was that a girl in my class had the exact same idea as me, and Katie is the worst person to interact with. So I made an excuse to go to the bathroom so I can make a plan of how to avoid her. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I just stared at the wall for like 10 minutes. I figured that I had to do something, so I just snuck out in hoping that she wouldn't see me. After that, I panicked and I just hid in the nearest object, which in this case was a box. All of a sudden, someone lifted up the box onto something. I think it was a cart of some kind. The person who lifted it must have been strong from all the books she has been carrying over the years. We began rolling into the restricted area of the archive. And I thought to myself, I don't think I'm allowed here. I didn't know where we were going, and it was so scary. All of a sudden, we came to an elevator. I didn't know what to do. Should I have jumped out and said, hey, I'm the creep that just jumped in a box to save myself from an awkward moment? Or should I escape later when no one was going to see me? Spoiler, I chose the second one. Anyway, so back to the story. She took me into the repository where every paper is stored. And I don't get why it's so cold there. Anyway, she walked for a while to find the right section and an empty spot. I heard her waving something and one of these shelves opening. She pushed the trolley almost all the way in, and at that point I don't know how it's gonna flee. I really just should have chosen the first option, of just confronting her. She then put me on a shelf and slowly walked away to handle something else. I knew I had to get out of there, and step one is to get her out of the box. But it was so hard, so I fell pretty loudly. And at that point, I think she heard me.
Hello?
I didn't know what to do. I heard her coming closer. Once again, I had to hurry. I tried to clean up, so she wouldn't see that someone was there. I panicked and hid behind a shelf. This time I was freaking out, but she gracefully just walked right past me and continued on with her day. I was so lucky I hadn't been caught. But what was I supposed to do? I thought to myself, why didn't I just stay the night? And I was in luck, because the girl from before had her coffee with her. And so I was kind of hungry, so I kind of took it. And her sandwich too. I'm not going to lie, I kind of liked it there. I had no obligation, then a roof over my head. And the girl always ate lunch in the archive, so I always stole it. And the thing I loved the most in the archive, second to learning all the different stories in the archive, was to go up on the roof and drink my coffee and feel the wind blowing in my hair. The roof was a safe place because it was never anybody up there. So I was alone and safe. And I could think about all the different stories I recently read from the archive. After a while I could walk up there to the roof with my eyes closed because I felt so at home. the beginning, it was exciting to sneak around in the archive alone and hope that nobody saw me. It was kind of freaky up there because it was so high, but it was okay. But sometimes I felt alone, like I had nothing to live for. Nobody knew I was up there and nobody missed me or needed me. And I think that was the lowest point of my life. I had given up on myself and the world. I thought that if I would come back, nobody would wonder where I have been or how I was doing. I was in this loop of sadness, so I decided to come back and see what would happen to me. But on my way down, I fell. So my question to you is, I know all the stories. I know all about the documents. So I would really like it if I could work here. So artikulera för fan!